Good evening. It's about 8:10 on this what is it, Wednesday evening. I was just coming I was that last couple of days just been dealing with some heavy things going on, and I'm not ready to speak on it quite yet, but it's interesting how this come upon me, and then all of a sudden this message jumped in my head about carrying your own burdens. And I just remember as a young girl growing up, and you're sitting in church and you're listening, and you mostly listen to the older people talk about the heavy burdens that they will carry, and they ask God to lift the burdens, or Lord help me with the burdens that I carry, or to help me with the burden, or something that had to do with just asking God for help and to release whatever the burden was, or whatever the situation was, to let up. God help me and let up whatever it is that's stressing me or depressing me or whatever it is. They didn't use those words, but I've oftentimes have heard over my years of just growing into the woman that I am now, that you hear people talk about a lot of the stresses and the things that's going on in their life. So tonight I just wanted to come and just even every day of our living, no matter who we are, we're born with burdens on us. Some of them can come in the form of illness, diseases that we carry. Some of us carry it through a lifetime. Some of us carry them temporarily. But whatever it is, these are the things that we are, heavy laden with. And we ask God to help us. And I know over the last couple of days that I've been asking God just to help me get through a situation. And God, just whatever it is, lift it and just let it be done. And so every person on this planet, deal with burdens. And, it's us that have to come and ask for it to be lifted and to do the work that is necessary to be able to help that. Now, some people are helpless, cannot, and they depend on others to help them. And in some cases, not in all cases, a lot of people may see things as a burden that's placed upon them. And a lot of times we go in these situations to where, we become stressed, we become so called depressed, and we become, not ourselves, because whether we are helping out other people, or even if it's our own stressors or whatever, I know that something is, have been placed upon me. And I wrestled with it, but I also asked God, Lord, you wouldn't put me in a situation that I can't handle, or the people around me cannot handle. Lord, help me through it. So I just wanted to come on to remind people that we all have our individual types of burdens that we must carry. But as I'm reminded in growing up in the church, that the scripture that says, I think it's in Matthew, maybe Matthew 11 or something. It says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And when I think about this, and I was discussing it with my husband, and I was talking about it, I said, a lot of people think that, the burden to be lifted once they die. That's not the case. We come and we ask. And I, truly believe, and my husband and I agree that the burden that we carry, you can only ask God to help you through this situation or whatever you're going through, and through the prayers and the continuous of seeking help. It is only God can lift that burden off of you. That's my belief. And also it says, and I will give you the rest. I will give you rest. That rest doesn't necessarily mean the day that you die. That rest is when it's taken off of you, you know? So I am going to read it. It says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." Just in discussing the yoke, it's just like, for the cow or whoever is plowing the fields, and that yoke that's around that animal's neck, that thing is heavy. Now that's a burden. And when do I get rest? At the end of the workday, at the end of whatever it is. God, help me through this. God only knows what you need to be able to get through this. And a lot of people have been praying for a short time, praying for a long time for the release. Lord, help me. Okay. And so again, it says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me. There's a lesson in it. There's something that needs to be taught, something that we have to take in, something that we have to pay close attention to make us stronger. Because through each burden that we carry or we deal with, I believe, it's my opinion, that we should learn from it. And it says also, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. So, in other words, the rest, the time that come to be released from certain burdens, it's going to come. Some in this lifetime, some may not in this lifetime, but I know that a lot of people and a lot of things are taught to people that you will get your heaven when you die. I don't believe that. I don't believe that you will get to heaven. I believe you will get something that's different than heaven. I believe that people are need to enjoy their heaven while they're here on earth as best as you can. I believe that. I truly do. I think there's something else after we pass away, and maybe it can be defined as a paradise that we often dream that the Hollywood puts in our mind. But I think it's something even better and beyond that. But again, going back to it and reading it all, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Hello, somebody. Listen, with this being said, I am thinking about you. I may not know you, but I'm praying that God lifts whatever burden that you've been dealing with and you've wrestled with and you have learned or you have dealt with, whatever the situation is. And maybe the thing is patience. Maybe the thing is kindness. Maybe whatever it is and whatever you have been wrestling with and whatever you've been asking God in your prayers for whatever it is, I ask that you be patient. I ask that you maybe learn whatever it is that you need to learn from it. I'm not saying that the burden has to be a penalizing situation. It is what it is. Like again, I said, people, we all birth with a burden, whether it is, and as we go through life, some are placed upon us. You know, I can't define it for you. You know what it is. And maybe it's a secret burden that you have to deal with, but you ask God to help you. You ask God to walk with you, you know. Um, and if you happen to have a helpmate that can help you with it, and whether you're able to talk it out or whatever, and that helpmate could be a good friend, a best friend. It could be, maybe your pastor, maybe grandmother down the street around the corner. It can be whoever you want it to be, but you learn. And maybe it's an opportunity for, if you're younger, to seek someone who has more wisdom, who've carried lots of burdens through their life. Who knows? Who really knows? But I always say, with the faith that I carry, I ask God, I talk to God, Lord, I ask that you not put too much on me that I can't I can't carry. But God knows, and there's a scripture to that as well. But I say to you, if you're looking for peace of mind and you're looking to release some stress or whatever you're going through, seek God. Seek God. Okay, and with that being said, listen, be blessed. Peace and blessings to you. Until next time, be well. Bye.